Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel DestinyMoonTarot, and welcome to yet another pick a card reading. The topic for today's reading is what the rest of the year has in store for you. So I have done an in-depth reading about what you can expect to happen before this year ends. So as always, I have three groups prepared for you guys to choose from. There's group number 1 with the amethyst heart crystal, group number 2 with the opalite heart crystal, and group number 3 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal. As always, you can take as much time as you need. Pause this video if you'd like to pick either one or multiple of these groups by either looking at the cards down here or the crystals up here. And once you have made your choice, you can find timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below as well as in the pinned comments. Hi group 1, if you chose the amethyst heart crystal, then welcome to your reading. Let's find out what the rest of the year has in store for you. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, which I will be beginning with, and then I will be also live shuffling the tarot for you. So these three cards right here are going to give us like the main theme of what the rest of the year has in store for you. So here we have the North Node, destined to have Libra, consideration, fairness and harmony, and house 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind and communication. Okay, so what I can see straight up for you, group number 1, when we have the North Node in Libra in the 3rd house, is that one of the main themes for the rest of your year is that your relationships with people from your past, whether that's family, whether that's siblings, whether that's people that you've grown up with, is going to drastically improve, especially in terms of how you communicate with each other. What I can also see here is that this growth or this healing could also be taking place within you. So like with your inner child, I feel like the way that you are either communicating or the way that you relate, the kind of relationship you have with your inner child is also going to improve, is something that I can see with these three cards right here. So that's like the main thing that I can pick up on. So now let's get into the juicy bit. I'm going to be live shuffling the Modern Witch tarot, and we're gonna find out what the rest of the year has in store for you, group number 1. So what does group number 1's rest of the year have in store for them? We have the 9 of Pentacles to start off with. That's a good beginning. We have the Moon, the King of Swords, the Sun, the King of Pentacles, and I just want one more card for you guys. We have the Devil. Okay, so 3 out of 6 of your cards are major arcanas, and we have the 3 of Cups as your bottom deck energy. Okay, there's a lot going on here, group number 1 for you guys. So well, the first thing, like I said, is just being reiterated with the 9 of Pentacles and the Moon. I just do feel like there is a lot of healing that's happening here. There's a lot of improvement, there's a lot coming to surface that you're working on when it comes to your own value, your own either health, your own mental health, the way that you view yourself, the way that you have maybe been grown up, the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have in your lives, your health, like I said, mental or physical, is something that's really improving in the first 2 months. So basically I've gotten 6 tarot cards here for you. So this is supposed to be July, August, September, October, November and December, but I mean, you could be on a different journey at a different time frame. So you know, maybe this could happen right now and this could happen in December. You just never know, right? So I'm just basically going to tell you what I see, and you can, you know, be a better judge of how that resonates with you in terms of where you are in your timeline. So what I can see here, like with the Nine of Pentacles and the Moon, is that your health is definitely improving. You are definitely becoming a lot more patient with yourself. You are nurturing yourself a lot more. You're nurturing your inner child a lot more. There's a lot of healing that you're doing consciously, very consciously, because there are things that have been bubbling up in your subconscious. There are things that have been coming up in your life where you just felt like, you know, life can't go on like this. I have to address it. I have to either sit with this feeling and, you know, feel how I feel, or I have to come up with a solution, or I have to just start dealing with this situation better. Whatever this situation is, whether it is the kind of communication or the kind of relationship you have with a sibling, with your parents, with the way that you have been brought up, so like maybe some traditions or like your culture, if you've had issues in that aspect, I feel like they've all been bubbling up and coming up to the surface for you lately. And I do see that at the beginning of the end of this year, you are definitely working very consciously and working towards healing that part of yourself. And you're doing that because you truly love yourself, you value yourself, you hold yourself at like a very high regard. Basically, you have a very high regard towards yourself, and you are doing this healing mainly because you just love yourself. There is like this level of self-love that you have where you know that you deserve better, and you feel like, you know, you want to be better and you want to improve for you, so you can have, you know, a better life moving forward, so you can have a better harvest moving forward. Like that's something that I can see with the Nine of Pentacles and the Moon. I feel like maybe growing up, or maybe up until now, you felt like you're absolutely okay on your own and you're thriving on your own, but you have now reached a point, or you will reach a point sometime before the end of this year where you will feel like you want to have a better relationship with the people in your life. And even though you are independent and you can take care of yourself, you still want, you know, to have a good relationship with people who you're biologically related to, or the people who, you know, share the same surname as you, or like, you know, just you want to have a better connection, like I said, even with yourself, because maybe you have realized that this hyper self-independence is just you know, not working out for you. It's just, you know, it's getting the better of you, and that you don't really deserve to go through life on your own. Even if you can take care of yourself, even if you are okay by your own, you don't deserve to be on your own. And you want to have better relationships in your life, which is also why I think you are willing to put in the work, so that moving forward you can reap the rewards of that healing that you're going to do. So you just feel like you'll be attracting better relationships, you will be attracting better people in your life once you've done the inner healing. So I do feel like this is inner healing that's happening very consciously, and this is something that's like literally coming up to the surface, so much so that it's like, you know, hey, you cannot repress this memory anymore, you cannot repress this feeling anymore. You have to sit in it, you have to address it, and you have to do something about it. And yeah, I mean, this is either like, you know, a push come to shove situation where you just like can no longer ignore this thing, or whatever this is, but it's a very conscious decision. Whatever it is that pushed you to make this decision, it is a very conscious decision you're taking to heal yourself, your relationships, the way that you communicate with others. Okay, even if you have had a really good relationship with your siblings or your family, you know, this might just be you feeling like you're fine on your own, and maybe that has been blocking, like, you know, a soulmate connection for you, whether that's friends or whether that's a romantic connection, and you're now feeling like, you know, you don't want to be alone anymore. You would want someone to share your life with, share your deepest, darkest desires with. And I feel like you're really working on the relationship you have with why you feel like you are fine on your own. And once you're working on that, it's just opening up more doors, it's opening up your heart, it's opening up your life to just more connections. Yeah, so that's also something that I'm seeing here. With the King of Swords and the Sun, what I can see is you are definitely, I mean, the King of Swords is someone who is just amazing at communication. Like, they say what they say, they're very straightforward, they have clarity of thought, they have clarity of, you know, how they express themselves, how they articulate themselves. So, you know, maybe you're reading a lot more, you're working on, you know, bettering your vocabulary maybe. Or you are just, you know, just being more positive when you think. Maybe you're being more positive when you speak, whether it is about yourself or to people. Like, you're deciding to not indulge or engage in arguments with people anymore, you know, because there's no point having the same argument with the same person over and over again. Like, that's something that I can see with the King of Swords and the Sun. Like, communication is just going to be a lot better for you, which is something that I had also been picking up with these 3 cards. So yeah, like, these cards down here are just like reiterating that to me. But what else I can see in the King of Swords and the Sun card right here is that there's just a lot of positivity, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy coming into your life before the end of this year. And that is because you have clarity of thought. You know exactly what you want, you say exactly what you want to say. So there's like no burden of, you know, regret. There's no burden of what if, or, you know, I should have said this or I should have said that. Like, that's not really like that burden of anxiety of, like, you know, what is this person thinking about me, why are they saying this, like that. Those are things that are no longer phasing you in life. You're just the kind of person, like, you're stepping into being the kind of person rather who is just saying what's on their mind. They say it as it is, they don't beat around the bush. And, you know, you're being as polite as you possibly can, and you're still getting your message across, and you feel like that's working really well for you. It might not be for other people, like, but you know, that doesn't even matter to you. Like, you're not even wondering, or, like, you know, you're not even concerned about how other people are going to think or feel about you if you express yourself. Like, you just want to say what you want to say, you just want to do what you want to do. Like, that's the energy that I'm picking up from. It's literally like night and day energy. It's like, you know, you going from a period of, you know, keeping things hidden or like keeping things to yourself to keep the peace, to now just saying it as it is. And, you know, however people want to take it, they can take it. That's not your problem, that's not your concern. You know, if someone is offended, if someone is hurt, that's not really your problem. Of course, I don't think you're intentionally trying to hurt people. I just think it's you just standing up for what you believe in, and you just really speaking your truth and just, you know, expressing yourself in the best way possible, keeping your best interest at heart. And how that makes other people feel, you don't really care about, which is amazing, just absolutely amazing. Next up, in the King of Pentacles and the Devil, what I can see is that, okay, maybe by the end of the year you haven't reached all of your goals, and that's kind of making you feel bad. That's kind of making you feel like you want to compare yourself to others, or that's kind of making you feel like maybe you're a failure because you see all of these other people achieving things and you don't really have anything to show for yourself. Like, those are feelings that I feel could be coming up by the end of the year, you know, when you're like doing a whole year in review and you're really like wondering what you've achieved. And I feel like a message that's coming out for you is that even if you haven't reached all of your goals yet, you still have improved quite a lot. Okay, so the King of Pentacles to me is just someone who's a provider, someone who's very stable. Okay, they're just one level down from the Emperor to me personally. So maybe your goal has been to step into that emperor energy, and maybe you feel like you aren't really there yet by the end of the year. But something that's really coming out for you is that just because you can't see like tangible progress, like this much amount of money in my bank account, or like I'm not married yet, or I don't have a relationship yet, or like I don't have this car yet, just because that kind of like material progress isn't happening at the rate that you want it to, doesn't mean that progress isn't happening, right? So maybe you haven't reached your goals, but you definitely have grown on a personal level. For sure you've grown. But also with the 9 of Pentacles being right here, I do feel like there are some materialistic goals that you still will be able to achieve before the year ends. So maybe you're not quite there yet where you want it to be, but there is still a lot of progress that has been done. And something else that I can see is that this is all progress that you have done on your own. There's been no one to help you. You have powered through all of your struggles, all of your challenges, all of your obstacles, and you have overcome them to be where you are. And that in itself is a huge achievement which shouldn't go unacknowledged, group number 1. So if no one is saying this to you, even if this is something you're not saying to yourself, here's me saying this to you. I am proud of you, group number 1. Yeah, so that's something that I'm picking up on with your cards here. Let's add some more of your oracle cards to find out what else you could be experiencing before the end of this year. So here we have the book. So with the book, I definitely see that you are gaining more knowledge. You definitely are, progressing a little bit. Even if you've read just one more page, even if you've read just one more chapter, that is still progress, right? So I do feel like you definitely are progressing. You definitely are someone who is addressing and like working on your shadow self, working on things that you keep hidden within yourself, like you are working on it. And then we have the clover, and that is just leading to luck in your life. I do feel like there is something quite lucky about you. Like I just feel like before the year ends, you are going to hit a stroke of luck. Something is going to happen in your life where you're just going to feel like, oh my god, I'm so lucky that this happened for me, or I'm so lucky to have been here, or I'm so lucky to have experienced this. There is this feeling of I'm really lucky that you're going to feel by the end of this year. But like I said, I feel like this is luck that you have made for yourself. This isn't luck that's handed to you on a silver platter. You have worked hard for this. You have done the inner work, and you have gotten the reward for it. And it may seem like luck, but it really isn't. It's your hard work. So I mean it's great. I'm glad that you're thankful and grateful that you feel like you are lucky. That is something that you should always tell yourself, irrespective of whether you feel that way or not. You should always affirm to yourself that you are lucky. But this is definitely something that you worked hard on. So don't be too, what's the word that I'm looking for, not humble, like be humble, stay humble, but don't undermine or underestimate the hard work that has gotten this luck to you. Yeah, so don't downplay your achievements. That's something that I'm getting with the clover here for you. Group number 1, let's get some more cards. So next up we have manifestation. With the help of the universe, I co-create my dream life. And this is what I mean with you working and like overcoming all of your obstacles, and like you putting in the hard work to reach your goals. Like you've had a goal in mind and you're manifesting, yes, but then a big part of the manifestation process is also putting in the work, which you have been putting in. Group number 1 is something that I can see. So your hard work is definitely paying off, and it feels like even if all of your manifestations haven't come true by the end of the year, I do feel like most of them have, or at least some of them have. So yeah, just remember that when you are feeling a little bit down about not reaching your goals, or when you feel like, you know, you're being tempted to compare yourself to others, or you're feeling tempted to speak negatively with yourself. Yeah, so remember that you have manifested a lot in your life, and that like a lot of your manifestations for the year are going to be coming true by the end of this year for sure, group number one. That is confirmation that I can see in the manifestation card right here. I'm gonna keep this right next to luck, because yes, when we put in the work and we manifest, we attract the best of luck. So yeah, next up we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. Okay, so something that I can see is that by the end of this year, you are willing to give more of yourself away to people, you know, like step out of your comfort zone, no longer want to be on your own, you know, you're more open to maybe hanging out with friends, maybe hanging out with new people, maybe, you know, going on a vacation with your family. Like you are putting yourself out there is something that I can see with a time to give rather than take. Up until now, maybe you felt like you're absolutely fine on your own, but what I can really see is that you have been craving company, you have been craving a better relationship, whether it's with yourself, whether it's with your family members, with a sibling, with friends, whoever. Yeah, and I see that you are not just expecting it to just fall into your lap. That's not something that you're expecting. You are very much open to, you know, being vulnerable. You're very much open to having conversations. You're very much open to having the difficult conversations, which just shows a lot of emotional maturity to me, group number one. I do feel like, I mean, I want to say maybe you're an earth sign, so that's Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but irrespective, I just feel like there is a level of, you know, emotional maturity to you, like you're really emotionally mature. You yeah, like you're an old soul, you're very wise. That's something, that's like the vibe that I'm picking up on from you guys, group number one. So I do feel like you are willing to really get down and get your hands dirty. You're willing to open up your heart. We have that green energy here, which is the heart chakra. You're feeling very open. You feel like your heart chakra is open, and you just like you're moving forward in terms of relationships, in terms of communication, with an open heart, and that is attracting the best of people, the people that you're manifesting, and the best of luck also, group number one, for sure. Like your heart chakra is just like radiating. Even in my viewfinder, the two colors that are really popping out are the greens here, even though there's like so much color down here especially, but like yeah, these greens are just like popping out. So yeah, heart chakra is really open. It's vibrant, it's almost glowing. It's like this neon green light that's like glowing. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, and the last card that we have for you guys is number 44, Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. So yes, every issue, every problem is definitely going to come to an end, and if it doesn't, then it just means that there's more to your journey. Okay, it'll never just, things will never just remain bad ever. Okay, group number one, we have 4 and 4. So yes, definitely stability is coming into your life. You're just feeling a lot more stable, a lot more secure. That King of Pentacles energy, definitely. And 4 plus 4 is also 8, which just means infinite potential. So you know, once you've reached a good level, like once you've reached like a very secure foundation, and I feel like by Sorry, group number 1, my camera just cut me off there. But I was basically saying that by the end of this year, for sure, you will feel very safe and secure. That is something that I can definitely see from all of the cards right here for you, group number 1. You will feel very safe and secure in where you are, in terms of materially, in terms of like financially, emotionally, spiritually, you know, in terms of your health, in terms of your wealth, whatever it is, you're just gonna feel very stable and secure by the end of this year. And that's just going to be a very solid foundation for like a lot of potential and a lot of growth, and it's just like upwards from here. Basically, group number 1 is what I can see with the 4 and 4, which is an 8. You know, I can see infinite potential. I can see an infinite potential for growth for you guys. So that's definitely what I am seeing. And yeah, this might be an issue, or like this, you comparing yourself to other people, or you not being able to express yourself very freely because you want to keep the peace, or because you feel like people might not understand you. Whatever this issue is, maybe it has been going on for a very long time. Also, considering we have the 3rd house, maybe these are like childhood issues that have been carried on. So the fact that you are working towards making things better for you is just very commendable group number 1. And yeah, every hurricane will come to an end. It has been a long time coming. It is long overdue, and it is here. It is here. Good things are definitely in store for you by the end of this year. Definitely feeling a lot more stable and secure. And yeah, moving forward in the next coming up years, just there's a lot of potential for growth. So that's what I see for you guys, group number 1. I am going to end your reading right here. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a nice comment. Let me know if this reading resonated or not. Claim it in the comments as well. If my readings resonate with you, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, if you chose the opalite heart crystal, then welcome to your reading. We are going to be finding out about what the rest of this year has in store for you. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, which I will be beginning with first, and I will be live shuffling the tarot for you guys as well. So first up, let's just start with these 3 cards right here. These cards are going to tell me the main theme of what you might be experiencing for the rest of the year. So we have Aquarius, originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. Ooh. We have the Moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. And we have the House 7, the 7th house of profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. So I know not all of you are here for love, but this is a message that's coming up for you. Something that I can see here is that you're definitely progressing in terms of your love life. Okay, so you are definitely going to be with someone, or you're aiming to be with someone. You're manifesting someone who you can be your true authentic self with, and who will nurture you and love you and understand you and support you. Okay, so for some of you, I can see that this is a connection that you are going to be in by the end of the year. You're going to be with someone who accepts you for who you are, or this is just you stepping into your own power. That is something that I'm picking up on now. This could be in terms of love, in terms of your career, in terms of just who you are as a person. What I can see happening for you guys is that you are just, you know, embracing your Aquarian, you know, weird, eclectic, strange side. Okay, and you are nurturing that. You're saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I need, this is, you know, this is me. And you are presenting that version of yourself, the truest authentic the most authentic version of yourself, not just to yourself but to everyone else, to the world, to friends, to romantic partners, to business partners, to colleagues, to everybody. Okay, you're just stepping into your own power is something that I'm seeing here for sure. Some of you are also coming to terms with your own sexuality. I know this is a message that's going to resonate only with a few of you, but this is a message that's coming through. Maybe you've been in denial of how you've been feeling or who you are, and you are now, at least by the end of the year, you are going to be more accepting of who you are, and you are just not going to be in denial anymore. Okay, so you're becoming more accepting, more nurturing of yourself. Okay, you're putting yourself first, or you're putting yourself at a place that is equal to your partner. Okay, so maybe up until now you felt like you were the giver and the person you were with was a taker, but I feel like now you're at the same level. Okay, whether this is a romantic partner, whether this is a friendship, whether this is a parent, whether this is a boss, whether this is a colleague, whatever this is, you have felt like you have been giving and this other person has been taking. That is coming to an end. You are now saying, no, we are equals, and if I am going to give you my everything, I also expect you to give in your everything into this relationship, into me. Basically, that's the energy that I'm getting here. Like, you're no longer settling for being someone who's lesser than, or you're no longer wanting to be below someone. Okay, you are looking for, and you're embracing the side of you that has its own needs and its own, like, you know, wants, and you are acknowledging those needs and wants, and you are actually telling yourself that you're worthy of receiving that, receiving and like basically having your needs met. That is something that I can see here. Yeah, in every scenario possible, like I said, with just any kind of relationships, you're just treating yourself a lot better, and you're expecting better treatment from people is what I can see here. Yeah, like really truly accepting yourself for who you are is what's really happening for you before the end of this year. Group number 2. Now let's live shuffle the Modern Witch Tarot to find out what you are going to be experiencing before the end of the year. So let's get some more details. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Strength, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, your bottom deck energy is the Two of Pentacles. Right, lots of pages and lots of aces for you. So definitely a lot of new beginnings, and a lot of youthful energy, a lot of excited, driven energy that you're going to be in this year, for the rest of this year. Basically, group number 2 is what I can see. Maybe you are quite young, maybe you're in your you know, teens, maybe you're in your early 20s, or you just feel very young at heart. Okay, age is just a number. So maybe you just feel very young at heart. You still feel like, so what if I'm 50? I still have so much energy, and I still have so many goals to achieve, and I can achieve them. I mean, I have the energy, and I have the potential, and I have the ability to achieve those things, which is great if that is your mindset. But yeah, breaking down this energy. So like when I shuffled these cards, my aim was to get July, August, September, October, November, December, but of course, you know, take it as it resonates. Take it how it resonates when it comes to your own timeline. Okay, you might be here right now, you might be here right now, maybe this might happen for you now, this will happen next, and this by the end of the year. So like, take it as it resonates. But what I can see with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is that you're very, very excited for a new start. Okay, there is like a new manifestation that you're very excited about. There is a new project that you're very excited about. There is like a new sense of value, a new sense of worth in your life that you're very passionate and excited about. Okay, so how you are feeling about yourself right now is that the world is your oyster. That's something that I just heard. It almost feels like the world is your oyster, because you are now realizing what you truly want and expect from life, and you know that you deserve it, and you know you're not gonna settle for less. Okay, so you are very passionately working towards manifesting and working towards achieving whatever it is that you find valuable, you deem valuable. Okay, so that's something that I can see with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. You might be starting a new project, you might be starting a new business, a new relationship. We'll get into that, but yeah, this to me feels very material. So you know, maybe you're changing up your wardrobe, maybe you're getting a haircut, maybe you're coloring your hair, maybe you're getting a tattoo, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're moving to some place that you've always wanted to, maybe you've changed your careers, maybe you have you know, started a new course online, maybe you are going to change majors in college, maybe you're going to decide to go to college. It's something very practical. Okay, something of high value to you that you are beginning with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is what I can see right here. Something new in terms of, like, you know, how you see yourself, how your self-worth is viewed by you, how you are going to move forward in life. Okay, and like really put your energy and time into that's changing or increasing. Something new is starting here. That's what I can see. Some of you are buying a new home, saving up for a new home, maybe trying to conceive. Yeah, something of that sort. Something new for sure is starting here, and it's taking you a lot of courage. It is taking you a lot of patience and, you know, a lot of courage, basically a lot of strength, like literal, physical, mental, maybe even financial strength. It is taking up all of your strength, but you are giving this situation your all, because this is coming from a place of you really loving yourself, you reaching a place of self-love. Like that's where this need for change, that's where this need to stand up, that's where this need for, you know, wanting to start something new is stemming from. Just a lot of self-love. You love yourself very dearly, very deeply. I'm picking up very Aquarius and Leo vibes from you guys, so maybe you're a Leo or an Aquarius. But yeah, I do feel like you just really love yourself. Okay, you love yourself, which is why you just want the best for you, and you're saying enough is enough. I deserve the best, and whatever it is required of me to do, I'm going to do that in order to receive the best. So that is something that I can see with the Strength and the Ace of Cups. With the Ace of Cups, I also see that this might be like a new relationship. This could be the start of a new relationship for you guys, which you have very patiently been waiting for. You have had your standards very high and you have not lowered your standards for anyone, which good for you, group number 2. You should never lower your standards, irrespective of whether people say you'll be an old maid by the time you're 40, or like, you know, you'll never find someone if you don't lower your standards. No, irrespective of what anyone says to you, you should never lower your standards, which you haven't, group number 2. So I'm very proud of you for that. And this has been a long time coming. You've been patiently waiting. Maybe you've been single for a very long time. Maybe you've never been in a relationship, and now you know exactly what kind of relationship you want to be in. And you know, you have done the inner work, you have done the inner healing. Even if you have been in a relationship, maybe you've just been single for a very long time because you were working on yourself. You were working on how you can step into your own power. Okay, and yeah, it's a long time coming, irrespective of whether you've been in a relationship before or not. You have done the hard work and you are now ready for the start of something new when it comes to love, when it comes to romance. With the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, what I can see is that you are being very open to receiving help from others. You're feeling very open in terms of collaborating with others, but only with people who accept you for who you truly are. You don't want any more fake friendships. You don't want any more fake relationships. You don't want any more toxic, people who are just in a relationship with you or just are friends with you to take advantage of you. You are cutting out people who no longer serve you. For sure, that's something that I can see with the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. And you're very sure about the kind of people you're trying to attract. You might be attracting like a soul tribe or a soul mate or whoever this is, like people who, sorry, group number 2, we were cut off because we were having some electricity issues, but we're back on now. And what I was saying with the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles is that you are now cutting off people from your life, just like how the electricity cut me off, who are basically just here for their own selfish reasons. Yeah, you are wanting to attract people in your life. You're wanting to attract a soul tribe that gets you, that you don't have to constantly be on edge with. Someone who you can truly express yourself to and be yourself with, and someone who is going to see how original and unique you are and love you for the way you are, and not expect you to change to fit into, their mold of normal. You're looking for something like that, and I feel like that's what's coming into your life. So I do feel like some of you might be meeting like-minded people through this new opportunity, this new work, this new move, this new course that you have joined, something new that you're starting here this year before the end of the year. This is helping you meet like-minded people who you get along with and who get you and who honestly feel like soulmates, whether they're romantic or platonic. And maybe also through that work you will be finding romantic love, but for sure you're meeting people who love you and appreciate you for who you are. That's something that I'm seeing. By the end of the year, maybe you have a completely different group of people you hang out with. Maybe you have a completely different social circle. Maybe you have a completely different best friend even. Yeah, that is something that I can see here with these cards for you. Let's add some more cards onto your reading. So here we have the Tower, and the Tower in the Lenormand is not about sudden changes that shatter everything that you've been working on. It's the complete opposite actually. It is a solid foundation. It's a big solid place, a place that you can fall back on, which is built on a very solid ground. So I do feel like you're building something this year which has potential to reach the top, which has the potential to be very long lasting, something that you can depend on for a very long period of time. This could also mean promotions. So maybe you're being promoted, maybe you're leveling up, whether that is in terms of how you look or maybe the title that you have in your office, or just with life in general. I do feel like there's a major level of glow up or level up that's happening here with the Tower. And also with the Aquarius, what I could see is maybe some of you are changing up, like I said, your wardrobe, the way that you look and stuff. So that's completely changing as well, and you are stepping more into who you truly are. Like you're dressing up maybe as someone that's very true to you, like in a style that's very true to you, instead of wearing something that's completely normal or it's the norm. You're doing something out of the box, you're doing something new, you're doing something, like I said, very eclectic. That's something that I'm picking up on here. With the Lily, what I can see is that there's also this softness, gentleness, this level of maturity that you're stepping into because of what life is bringing into your life right now. Yeah, like you're no longer taking decisions impulsively. You're no longer letting other people walk all over you. You are blooming and growing into a beautiful flower yourself. Yeah, that's something that I can see. There's like individuality that's really coming out for you. Like you're really stepping into your power, group number 2. Individuality is something that's really coming up for you. Like you're just like being very true and authentic to yourself. You're really working on your relationship with yourself, you know, being okay with who you truly are. Like that's something that I'm picking up from you guys' reading. Let's add some more cards for you. So the next card that we have is be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So yeah, you definitely are making a lot of brave choices, a lot of brave decisions. You are maybe moving to a new place. You are just, you know, yeah, you're no longer that quiet little wallflower. You are a whole, you know, garden on your own. That's something that I'm picking up on. You're like, hey, this is me, this is me. You're putting your best self forward is what I can see, group number 2, happening for you before the end of this year. You're making a lot of bold movements and you are taking a lot of initiative to make a lot of changes in your life. Again, very conscious decisions you're making in your life. That's something that I'm picking up on. And your next card is courage. I leap forward in courage. There's just so much bravery, there's just so much courage in your energy. Like you are honestly doing big things by the end of this year, group number 2. I do feel like you're doing something that has either scared you and has kept you in a box for a very long time, or you are doing something that scares most people. Like people would come up to you and be like, oh my god, you're so brave, you're so courageous, because I would never have the guts to do what you have done. Guts, you have guts. That's what I can see, group number 2 for you guys. Yeah, there's just a lot of courage. You're making so many leaps of faith. You're just making so many big jumps. You are just radically changing up your life, like really shaking your life up. You're giving yourself a tower moment in tarot, not in Lenormand, because in Lenormand, like I said, the tower just means more stability, and in the tarot it means the complete opposite. It means, you know, you shattering everything that you have built and, you know, starting with a clean slate. You're going back to the drawing board. It's like for you guys, I feel like life has not made these changes for you. Life has not given you a tower moment where everything has come crumbling down on its own. It's like, it's you. You're like, no, I'm done. It's, you know what I just see? I like, in my mind, I can see this kid who worked so hard to build up like a Lego tower, and then they're like, yeah, I'm done, and then they push it down and it breaks, and then they start all over again. Like that's what I can see. Like they are building the tower and they themselves push it down and like laugh about it, and then, you know, build it again. Like that's the energy that I'm getting from you. A little bit chaotic, again, very Leo, very Aquarius kind of energy that I'm picking up on from you guys, group number 2. But yeah, love that for you. And your last card is Lighthouse. Don't doubt your worth, number 20. So with 2, again, I see there are a lot of meaningful connections coming into your life by the end of this year. People who see you for who you are, people who love you for who you are, people who genuinely care about you and, you know, wouldn't want you to change a thing about yourself. But what I can also see is that you're just stepping into a place where you yourself don't ever doubt your worth. You might have moments where you might feel like, hey, I don't know if I'm on the right path or not, but I think those moments are going to be like very few. I think for the majority of the time, you're just gonna be someone who has just freshly stepped into their power, and you're like, oh, I just want to explore what this power can bring me and what I can do with this power. So you yourself, I feel, just feel enough, and there is this like new sense of self-worth that you have, that you don't ever doubt. That's something that I can see. Moving is really important for some of you. Some of you really are moving either houses or cities, countries, something. You're making a big move, but this could be also a metaphoric move in your life, because yeah, with all of these cards, what I can see is that there's definitely a lot of change. Like what your life is like right now, by the end of 6 months, your life is going to look completely different. That's something that I can see. Like it's a complete, like, you know, 180, not 360, because that just means you're coming back to where you started from. So yeah, a complete 180, and it's changing in the best way possible, because you are the one initiating and making all of those changes, and you have this like fun, energetic energy to you, where you're just like open to all of these changes. You are open, and you're just, you know, you're wanting changes, you're seeking changes. Yeah, you're seeking adventure, you're seeking something new. Okay, so I'm gonna end your reading on that note, group number 2. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Does this reading resonate with you or not? Claim this reading too in the comments if you'd like to. Please consider subscribing to my channel as well for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, if you chose the lapis lazuli heart crystal, then welcome to your reading. Let's find out what the rest of the year has in store for you. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, which I will be beginning with first, and then I will be live shuffling the tarot for you as well and getting more information. So let's get started. We have the first card here being Leo, self-confidence, loyalty and creativity. We have Uranus, radically change. Okay, and we have the second house, physical security, possessions, material values and self-worth. This message seems like the repetition of one of the messages that I also got for one of the other groups in this reading. I'm not gonna mention which one. If you were intuitively being called to pick another pile, maybe you have messages in that group as well, group number 3. But what I can see immediately for you guys when we have Leo and Uranus in the second house is that you are just like, there's a big radical change happening in terms of your self-confidence, in terms of your creativity, in terms of your self-worth, in terms of your material possessions, in terms of just like how secure and stable you feel in yourself, in your life, in your own body, whatever that is. Okay, there's like big changes happening for you in terms of, yeah, in like these areas of your life when it comes to self-confidence and your creativity. Some of you, I feel like you're starting something new and creative. This could be a new business. You might be opening up a YouTube channel, you might be starting your own, like, you know, business, or like you might be starting like a new TikTok or something like that. That's something that I can see happening for you. And whatever this is that you're changing, it is going to change up just the amount of income you have, the amount of possessions you have, materialistic possessions you have, for sure. I also see like a lot of money coming into your life. Just, yeah, there's just like a lot of money coming into your life. You're either just manifesting a lot of money. That's also something that I can see here. Or this could just be your self-worth, like just your self-worth is increasing like crazy. So that's a message that I'm getting for you guys. Let's get into your tarot. I'm going to be live shuffling the Modern Witch Tarot to get more information about what you're going to be experiencing before this year ends. Okay, what the rest of this year has in store for you. Group number 3, so we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, we have 6 of Wands. Okay, we have the High Priestess. And one thing about your group is that even while I was picking out your oracle cards, I just felt like picking out extra cards for you, which I have. So you guys have had more cards than the other two groups, and again, even with your tarot, I feel like there are a lot of cards that have been wanting to come out. So yeah, there's a lot changing. There are a lot of messages for you, group number 3. We have the High Priestess followed by the 8 of Cups, and I want 2 more cards. Yeah, see, 3 want to come out, so I'm going to take all 3 of them. We have Page of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Swords, and we also have the Queen of Cups. Your bottom deck energy is the Chariot. Yes, life is taking you on the right path. All of these changes that are happening in your life, group number 3, they're all meant to happen, and they're all meant to put you on the right path. If you've been wondering if you're on the right path, then this is confirmation that yes, you are on the right path. There's something here about like a destined path that you're meant to be on, which you are either embarking on or reaching the end of by the end of this year. Now, how I have gotten these cards is with the intention of it being July, August, September, October, November, December, and 1 extra card wanted to come out for you. But take it as it resonates depending on where you are in your timeline. So if you feel like your energy is currently this, then maybe this is happening right now, and then this is gonna happen next, and then this, or you know, you basically get it, right? Just take it as it resonates, because time is an illusion. It is just a man-made thing, and there's no real such thing as time. So yeah, having said that, let's start with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. There's a lot of change that's happening, which maybe is making other people around you uncomfortable, but to you, you're just like unfazed. Like maybe people are picking up petty fights with you because of how confident you are feeling, or how creative you are feeling, or maybe people are questioning your loyalty, but that is just like not bothering you, because you're just so focused on reaching the end result of your goal and like reaping your rewards. You're like, if people around you cannot support you, then they're out, you know. Basically, just this change that's happening in your life, it's really showing you people's like true intention towards you. Like all of these two-faced people, like it's just introducing you to people in your life who are two-faced. That's something that I'm picking up on with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Only people who genuinely want the best for you are going to be a part of this journey when this like big change happens for you. And I think this is just like a very quick change. It's like a very sudden, out of the blue kind of a change. This isn't a change that you have initiated, and this isn't a change that, you know, life has thrust upon you. I think this is just a change that has happened. Maybe like it's a combination of both. Maybe because, you know, you were manifesting a change and that just happened for you. Like, I don't know where this change has come from. It almost feels like it's come out of the blue, but it hasn't like shaken up your core, because it's worked for you in the best way possible. And it's only, you know, it's good change basically. But what I can see with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands is that it is showing you the true colors of people, some people in your life. And you are basically just like, I guess, cutting out people who are feeling jealous or are not happy for you, or who feel like fake friends, and instead you are focusing on how you can use this change for yourself, so that it's the best thing possible for you. Like, you know, you're kind of in this energy with the High Priestess where you feel like, look, I anyway have to start things afresh. There's already like so much change happening in my life, so what can I do in order to make this change as easy for me as possible? Okay, there's like a lot of information that's coming your way. You're like really also tuning into your intuition. I think there's like a spiritual awakening happening for you. There's like, Your intuition is definitely growing as well. Also considering you have chosen, oh wow, also considering you have chosen the lapis lazuli, yeah, there is just like this level, this like feeling where a lot of things in your life are changing for the better, where you are maybe skipping a couple of steps ahead. You know, it's not just going from step A to step B, it's almost like you're going from step A to step N, if not Z. And a lot of people are just like wondering how you did that, or they're like, you know, just being jealous or just being petty with you, but you just don't care, because you're like, this amazing thing that's happening to me, I want to make the best use out of it. Yeah, I really want to carpe diem, you know, I really want to grab life and just like, you know, grab the bull by its horns and just like, you know, like deep dive into this change. And like, you know, I want to be in control of what changes in my life and what doesn't. And you're being provided with a lot of information, whether it is to do with this change or whether it is to do with these people coming, you know, like onto your radar, these people who just don't have your best interests at heart, these fake friends, these fake followers, so to say. And you are very much willing to move away. You're very much willing to move away from things that no longer serve you. You are ruthlessly cutting out things and people and places from your life that no longer serve you. You are more focused on building something new, building something solid, building something that's going to last the test of time. And yeah, you're just basically really taking the opportunity and like you're optimizing the opportunity, I think is what I'm trying to say here. Like you have been given an opportunity and you're literally like squeezing every little drop of potential from that, you know, from that opportunity. That's what you're focusing on. You are focused on the future. You don't have time to look back. You really don't have time to look back at the people who, you know, are just like not meant to be in your life in the long term at all, and you have no regrets just like cutting them out. Of course, you're going to be very gentle and caring, and you're just not going to take an impulsive action when you're cutting these people out. You might, you know, try and understand their point of view, or you might forgive a couple of them maybe once or twice, but if they're going to keep repeating this pattern, you're definitely not going to think twice about cutting them out of your life. You know, you're done with giving people multiple second chances. Yeah, you're just like deep diving into taking decisions from a place of what feels good to you, okay, and what is something that is not giving you just like short-term gratification, but something that's going to last forever. How are you going to make this good change for you now last for a very long time is what you're focused on. I don't know what this is. I think like some of you are just getting a lot of money. Maybe some of you are inheriting, you know, money, property, a business, something of that sort. If you are in like the public field, I feel like maybe you are gaining recognition very quickly. It almost feels like from zero to hero, like, you know, maybe like your TikTok is going viral or something of that sort is happening. Like you're very quickly going from rags to riches, although I don't think you are in that rags you know, mentality or like that rags level, but even if that feels like that's what the growth is, it almost feels like it's a very big huge jump. That's what it feels like. And yeah, you're just trying to make it last. You're trying to grab onto as many opportunities as you can. You're trying to make this as long lasting as you can. This whatever, even if it is just 15 minutes of fame that you're getting, I feel like you're making these 15 minutes really count and really last. And you know, you're using those 15 minutes to really do things that will, you know, provide you value and like, you know, provide you with comfort for a very long amount of time, for a very long period of time. That is something that I'm picking up on here. So let's get some more cards for you guys. Group number 3, your first card right here is the clouds. So yeah, what I can see is like it almost feels like the weather has completely and very quickly changed. It almost feels like it was a very cloudy day and all of a sudden the sun has come out and it's like a bright, sunny, shiny day. Like that's what it feels like. Something is happening here where it feels like life has completely changed, and you know, it's changed for the better. Again, this is a message that I got for one of the other groups as well, so I would very highly recommend, if you were intuitively being drawn to a different group, go listen to the messages in that group. Next up we have the snake and we also have the mice. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to pick out a few extra cards for you. And yeah, what I can see with the snake and the mice is there's definitely gossip about you. There is a lot of gossip about you. How did they do this? How did they get to this level? What did they have to do? How are they able to achieve this so quickly? There's a lot of gossip. Oh, now that they have so much money, they are a changed person. Now that they, you know, have so many followers, they have changed. Like there is a lot of petty gossip that's going on here, and some of these mice are just snakes, okay? They are like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like to your face they're really nice to you and they might say that they're very happy for you, but behind your back there is a lot of gossip that's happening. Group number 3. But I also feel like some of these people, I think you already know who's gossiping about you and who's bitching about you. I feel like some of you already know who these people are, but for some of you, these snakes are just making themselves known in this period. Like, you know, you just basically, yeah, are being introduced to some not so genuine people in your life who have been in your life maybe for a while. Maybe you thought that they were dependable people, but they're not really friends. Like I said, yeah, something that I was really hearing was wolf in sheep's clothing. So yeah, that is something that's really coming up for you guys. So just be aware of who you share your happiness, who you share your abundance with, who you share good news with. Yeah, that's maybe an advice that's coming out for you. Maybe that's why it's been repeated twice. But let's get some more cards for you. Next up we have joyfulness. Today I bask in the energy of joy. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like you are unfazed with what these people are saying and doing. You just feel like you want to enjoy the present moment. This is something that's like an amazing thing that's happening for you, and you want to take in every moment of it, and you're just feeling very happy. You're just in this like level and in this like vibe of feeling joyful, and nothing that anyone can say or do is going to affect that. It's not going to affect your day, it's not going to affect your mood. You're just living your best life, and that's the energy that you're in. You're just happy for yourself. You don't feel the need to justify yourself or explain yourself to anybody. That's like an energy. There's like a freedom, there's like this, you know, release that's coming with this change. Okay, whether it's a release from these people who don't even get you. So like, what's the point? If they're jealous and if they're petty, then what even is the point of trying to hide your happiness from them, or like, you know, try to you know, hide information from them? Like, what's even the point? Like, if they're gonna be jealous, they're gonna be jealous. You might as well be extremely happy. Like, I feel like you're at a point where you feel like you're so protected and you're so like divinely guided, again with the Chariot being your bottom deck energy, that, and I'm gonna actually add this to your reading, that you just feel like you're divinely protected and divinely guided, and no amount of like evil eye is going to affect your life. Like, you're not even scared of evil eye anymore. That's an energy that I'm picking up from you guys, group number 3. Like, You don't care what anyone says about you. You don't care if people see how well you are doing for yourself. Like, you don't care. You're just like living your best life, and you're happy and you're joyful, and nothing and no one can phase that. Nothing or no one can take that away from you or make you feel bad about it. That's something that I'm picking up here on. Your next card is confidence is the key to success. New moon in Leo. We have lots of Leo energy here, so maybe you're a Leo. It just feels like very Leo energy. You know, Leos are like a high vibing Leo is just, you know, out there being their true authentic self, living their best life, and they don't care. They're the king of the jungle. They're the king of the jungle. You're the king of the jungle, group number 3. You don't care. No one can affect you. Okay, yeah, you're the king of the jungle, basically. That's the energy here. And then the next card that we have is you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So yeah, you just are like a horse with blinders. You are just focused on where you are going. You are focused on this goal. You are focused on really seizing this opportunity. You are focused on yourself. You don't care about the pettiness and the gossip of these other people. You know who you are. You know what you deserve. You know what you've done to get here. And yeah, you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to justify yourself to anyone. That's the energy you're in, which is amazing. Really happy for you guys, group number 3. Your last card is number 22. Take control of your own narrative, library. So what I can see here is with the 2s again, I feel like, yeah, the only people who are staying in your life moving forward are the people who are happy for you, genuinely happy for you, genuinely love you, support you, celebrate you. Yeah, and the people who don't, there's no place for them. Okay, you are no longer like a puppet in other people's hands. Okay, you don't care if other people say, you know what, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should say this, maybe you should use the money that you've gotten towards this thing, or maybe you should invest here. You're just like, no, I'm gonna take my own decisions. I know what I'm going to do about it. Thank you for your opinion, but that's all that it is to me. It's just your opinion. Okay, so you're just like no longer listening to people. You're just, and again, 2 + 2 is 4, which is stability. You're feeling very stable. You're feeling very grounded. You're feeling like you have control over your own life. And what your life is going to be like moving forward depends on the actions that you're going to take in this moment. What you're going to do with this opportunity is what's going to define your future. So I feel like that's what you are focused on, group number 3, and nothing else. And you don't really care about what anyone else says or does. So that's what I'm picking up for you guys. I'm going to end your reading on this note. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Claim this reading if you'd like to. Please consider subscribing to my channel for more readings from me. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.